Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of CES 2016 on BeTerrific. I'm Michael Artsis. You are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Thanks so much for joining us. Reach out to us on all social media at BeTerrific TV across all of it. And by the way, when you tweet us during CES, we can put up some tweets. So keep tweeting at BeTerrific TV, and we'll put your tweet up on air as we're doing this.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Andrea. That's my co-host, Andrea. Andrea is blessing the set.
I need a towel.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry.
We need tissues on set now. Are you feeling okay? I mean, this is
the weather
yeah.
has been so uncommon,
unseasonably in Las
on
Vegas.
everything
Yeah.
for Las Vegas. I don't know what's going on here. I thought it'd be sunny, and I knew it wouldn't be warm. It's
Yeah.
the desert. It's
I've
the winter.
only
but
been in-
yeah. So sorry about that, guys.
I've only been in rain in Vegas twice. Last CES and this CES. It's pretty unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that
They
happened.
had rain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. Our next guest is Keith Lewis. He is from ReSound. And I'm very interested in this company because I am losing my hearing, and we're going to talk about what that means in a second, but this is their product. This is a hearing aid. Can you believe, do you
No.
remember like when you would see older people when you were young? and
Wrapped around
yeah,
the ear,
Yeah,
right? And you're seeing it sticking out.
They looked literally like they were working an Apollo mission.
My grandmother refused. She needed hearing aids for years and refused to get one because she didn't like the way it looked.
Right.
And she, I mean, rest her soul, but like
I'm
she
gonna-
was just so adamant about it and could not hear anything. She, what?
So we've got this little thing. I think we have a GoPro shot of it. Maybe not. Okay, so we don't have a GoPro shot of it. We lost the GoPro feed.
That's okay.
But it
This
is
is
it's
it.
this
It's-
small. I was going to
this
show
is-
you. Okay.
right?
So Keith, first,
That's not tiny.
this is amazing, and
Yeah.
it's believe it or not, this is packed with features. So we're going to get to that in
Yeah.
a second. But let's talk first about what hearing loss is. It's something that I suffer from.
Yeah.
But let's talk about what it is and how somebody who's young
Yeah.
could suffer from it.
Well, 1 out of 10 Americans have some form of hearing loss. 60% of that group has moderate to severe hearing loss, so it's not a small issue at all. The problem is nobody really wants hearing aids,
Right.
and it's been a major issue. There are 10 million wearers of hearing aids. There should be 30 million people wearing them. And there's some really big issues with that. I mean, hearing loss is connected to cardiovascular disease. There's a relationship between hearing loss and anxiety and depression, diabetes,
So why
dementia.
So for instance, I've been told I qualify, like I would qualify for hearing aids,
Yeah.
right? And why wouldn't my insurance company pay for them? Because I got to come completely out of pocket for it. It's going to cost me somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,000 to maybe $10,000.
Not quite 10.
but something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, but two things. One, you're buying hearing aids, but you're also buying the talent of an audiologist or a licensed dispenser.
But I'm saying, why wouldn't my insurance company pay for that?
some of it does.
Yeah.
Some insurance programs are
Okay.
beginning to cover some aspects of hearing aids. So-
And is it possible that is part of the issue why there are 30 million people who could wear them and nowhere near that who are using them?
No, I think it's probably more the fact that you feel old, and it kind of has a lot of stigma. And
Not admitting to the fact
Oh,
that you
no.
have a problem.
no,
But
no.
here's the thing, I want to take away all the stigma
Yeah.
right now. Who would know you're wearing this?
well,
Yeah.
that's the point.
I mean, I don't want to, can I spill the beans on you?
Yeah,
You're
I wear
wearing-
them. I wear them right here.
And I'm sitting right next to him, and I cannot see
Well,
it.
here's the thing. When Keith came up off set, we were talking, and I was like, yeah, I kind of need hearing, and he just pulled them out.
Yeah.
You can't even
And
see
I was
it.
like, wait, what? You're wearing? And then I said, oh, you're just. I couldn't believe it because I was blown away. And then I was like, you're just wearing those because you work for the company. He's like, no, we've been wearing these for 13 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Marshall Tucker Band, a few other bands. It's going to hit us all. That's what happens to the cochlea. Is the hair's high frequency loss is common among people that are using a lot of sound on it.
Is there a way to help prevent hearing loss?
There sure is. I mean, there's clearly plugs, there are musician plugs, there are a lot of other technologies. That's a burgeoning category that we're even looking at. But when the damage is done,
Right. What do you
There's
do?
no repair.
What do you
Is
do?
it
Yeah.
uncommon for, I'm 35 years old. I don't usually
Yeah.
talk about my age, but I'm 35 years old. Am I
Yeah.
right? Let me get my, okay, I'm correct. 35 years old,
Yeah.
and I actually suffer from significant hearing loss. Is that uncommon that somebody 35 years old, and by the way, I was never part of a band as much as I would have
Would
loved
love
to. have
to.
been. Yeah, and they
Yeah.
need a bald, rock star.
yeah.
Because usually,
Guitar Hero. Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
that
right.
was it. It's not uncommon. Some of it's genetic. It's just noise pollution. I mean, the earbuds themselves are going to be a contributing factor to hearing loss, and there's things that are going to happen. The problem is hearing aids, as you said, your grandmother had them, didn't want them because they were ugly, they were fat, and they didn't work all that well.
So these things,
No, I was actually gonna, pitch onto what you were saying. Do you think it's happening more that at a younger age, more people are needing it because of sound in bars, clubs? I mean, I used to, even doing production, we filmed inside of a lot of bars where the music is so loud that I can't even hear my own walkie, or I have something in my ear that, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I'm deaf. Like, I don't,
well, you look at all the musicians with the monitors in their ears now. I mean, that's as much to protect their hearing as it is to provide better and clear.
It's so true. When we do this at Comic-Con or a big event,
so
I wear
loud.
2 earpieces. It's so loud, I wouldn't be able to hear you.
Yeah.
And by the way, when I put them in, just what it blocks out is very helpful.
Yeah.
And I don't even have to turn it up necessarily that high. Although I do notice I'm constantly cranking it up because
and that's the problem is, you have certain frequencies of your hearing that you've lost some of it, not all of it, and everybody just thinks it's about amping it up across the board. That's not what these things are about. These things are specifically tailored to what you're hearing
So
loss.
that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to say, this is packed with technology.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. First of all, this is the hearing aid, right?
Yeah.
Like this little thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if people can see that. It's so small.
Yeah, they're
It's smaller than my eye.
Look at that.
There are
Looks
two
like a beam.
6-inch antenna in those. There is 2 microphones.
2 6-inch
Where?
antenna. They're coiled.
They're
it's like my small intestine is in here.
Yeah, that's
the
exactly
antenna.
it. Some guy spent most of his life figuring out how to put a 6-inch antenna
Wow.
in this small device.
There's a joke there. I'm gonna not go
I don't know
after
what it is.
There's a joke.
Figure it out.
I'll let the viewers do that at home.
Yeah.
But there's also a dual core processing chip. We make our own chipset. So we not only create all this device, but we actually build the guts of this thing.
Wow.
We have millions of lines of code. These hearing aids actually talk to one another.
Really?
So this one is doing a very broad omnidirectional read. This one is beginning to beam on you because that's where the sound's coming from.
Wow.
Meanwhile, it's knowing that and it's cutting out all the other ambient
Is it
sound.
uncomfortable
Really?
to wear this all day?
No, it isn't. Not at all.
And so, I mean, this is packed with technology.
Yeah.
And you're talking about frequencies and tuning it right for your hearing loss, but also it communicates with your phone, your watch.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
we were the first made for iPhone hearing aid. We introduced it 2 years ago at CES. This is a new version called the Link Square. We've had that out for a few months. But the real exciting stuff isn't just the hearing aid, okay? It's what it's connected to. And so, in effect, my iPhone is my remote control. Anything that I have here, anything that emits sound, I have paired to my hearing aids. So I hear Siri in the morning. My friends think I know every street in every city that we go to because I've got Google Maps in my ear.
Oh my goodness.
And I can tune out with my music on the iPhone
Now,
or
does that
iPad.
interrupt you listening to a human person?
No, not at all.
It doesn't bother you? Or
No. I mean, there are ways that you can program it. For example, some people prefer to have the phone ring in their hearing aids. I don't like that.
Sure.
So you can make a simple adjustment, and it's literally what they call a native screen on the phone, so you can actually tweak what your preferences are on the phone itself. And just as importantly, we actually have an app that you can then begin to tailor your needs. Like, for example, if I'm in a restaurant, I need a completely different set of sound algorithms because it's so bloody noisy.
Right, I'm terrible with ambient noise. If it was noisy in here right now, I wouldn't be able to hear anything.
I think that's what's damaged my hearing over long periods of time. Just kind of trying to tune out if we're talking and it's loud. Kind of trying to tune out what's happening around so I can hear you clearly.
But these will do it for
That'd be
you.
amazing.
Well, I mean,
that's
we've got
amazing.
a guy that figured out what wind sounded like. I mean, we actually have a wind noise cancellation
I was going to say, if you can make sure I never
out.
hear the wind noise again, that would be
That's
great.
awesome.
I was on the Suwannee River with somebody with perfect hearing and testing it out, and I can tell you, I was hearing him, he wasn't hearing me. And that's, that's what the beauty of some of this technology is I actually think in some situations I'm hearing better than somebody who's
Now,
fully able.
I know a guy who was wearing a hearing aid somewhat similar to this for a while, an older gentleman.
Yeah.
And then he recently had like a magnet put here.
Yeah.
Is that, I mean.
That's a bone-anchored hearing
Right.
aid. That's a very acute and serious, profound loss.
Could this replace that at all?
No, it doesn't, but we actually have a strategic partnership with the largest cochlear implant and bone-anchored hearing aid company in the world, an Australian company called Cochlear Pty. They're using our 2.4 gigahertz technology in their products. So in one case, we have somebody who has a cochlear implant, profound loss, and they can wear a superpower hearing aid a bit larger than that, and the two devices are talking together, and get this, they can use their iPhone and listen to music and pick up the phone, which they've never been able to do before.
Well, I watched you make a phone call, or I made a phone call to you, and I was
we
blown
won't
away.
comment on the topic.
Right.
Right. and the bottom line is that what I think was so interesting is that you were just using the phone as a microphone.
Yeah.
Because you were getting the audio into your ears.
That's right, and I literally put the phone in my pocket when I'm talking, and it doesn't have that echoey or latent effect.
And you
either.
could even use the watch to, you're using your hearing aids to be the speakers, so to speak.
Right.
And so the strong part about this, it's got a great microphone on it.
Yeah.
The weak point is the speaker, at least for me, and you're able to then use its strong suit and the hearing aid strong suit.
Right.
Absolutely, and for me, I don't like to have to go into my pocket, pull up my phone, but I can, I never do this, right?
Again, 25 minutes later, it might have been easier to just take your phone out of your pocket.
Have the damn thing. But I can literally go on my phone, or I'm on the watch, adjust the programming so I can increase the noise reduction around me.
I love it.
And I can actually direct the hearing aid to a tighter beam or a wider beam.
Wow, and you don't need your phone in your vicinity.
No, not at all. Here, restaurant program, boom.
Look
there.
at that.
Is this, when you see the
cool.
spy movies and stuff and they're all talking to each other without, are they using something like this? Is that what they're doing?
We haven't gone that far yet. But,
Okay.
but
It'd
we're
be
working
so cool.
on it.
Like, but this is like the Mission Impossible thing.
Yeah.
It's cool. Is there a feature of this that I don't know that is just going to blow me away that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, it's actually, at first you think it's kind of a stupid feature until you can't find one of your hearing aids. And
oh, it's a locator?
It's a locator.
What do you mean
look
when you
at
can't
that.
find them? Why do you take them out?
Wait, hold it.
Well, when you're sleeping,
so this is
sleep with them?
shower.
Yeah, this is
shower.
hot, cold type of thing. But in the event that, so there they are.
Wow.
They're at the Las Vegas Convention Center. Very cool. Now you only have to pinpoint where they are. Oh wait, they're in your ears.
They're in my ear. So here's the other beautiful thing. If I've adjusted the program to this place and I come back to sit here, I will get prompted whether I want to go back to the settings that I had previously set. This is a smart hearing aid.
It's very smart.
It's smarter than I am.
How do we find out more? ReSound.com?
ReSound.com, gnresound.com, and links.com.
And where would I go ahead.
Sorry, do you have to be any sort of percentage of having hearing loss to use these?
No, the size of the device, if you've got a really big hearing loss, you need a little bit more stuff.
But I think she's saying, like, what if you don't, if you're like borderline, and then I think people always think, well, I don't want to use a crutch, or I don't want, it's going to make my hearing, I'm going to be reliable on it.
It's not going to make your hearing worse. It's only going to enhance your hearing. And the nice thing about it is, most everywhere, you can have a trial period. So there's really no serious financial obligation.
Just so we're 100% clear, so everybody understands, you're not buying this, you're not going to resound.com and buying this, you have to go to an audiologist.
This is a medical device, and as such, you need to go to an audiologist or a licensed instrument specialist or dispenser who know what they're doing. We have software, it's called Aventa. It's on our PCs, and it takes a fair amount of expertise to tweak the algorithm so that ultimately you're hearing great.
And this is a wearable, really. This is like the first,
it's
I guess, wearable, right? It's a hearable. I love
like
it.
That. And that's the real big message is they're hearing aids. It has a stigma. This is a made for iPhone device. It's a peripheral. It's a wearable.
But what is there a stigma about this?
There isn't.
Only
There
last
shouldn't be
thing I was
anymore.
worried about is if I was borderline,
Right.
or maybe Andrea's borderline, that you sit there and you go, well, if I start using that, then am I going to not be, it's going to make my hearing worse, it's going to deteriorate further.
nothing of the kind.
But it actually might protect your hearing, right?
Right, and I've got to tell you, in certain situations, I just couldn't go to parties.
Right.
I mean, you can't interact with people and you become socially isolated.
Could
It's a big deal.
Could you go to like a concert and tell it to block out everything?
I don't know, I'm not that smart either. But I'm sure that our scientists
Yeah.
have figured something out. But
Very cool. ReSound.com.
Yeah.
ReSound.com.
yeah,
Awesome.
and
I
it's a
love it.
game changer.
Yeah, and you brought BeTerrific Red. Thank you.
Yeah.
I like
Perfect.
that. That is
Excellent.
awesome. Look how small that is. I mean, that's like smaller than a quarter. I'm
Small-
excited.
almost smaller than a dime.
Yeah, almost smaller than a dime.
Yeah.
I'm sold on this. I really want to. I want to do like a review on it. I want to get a pair because
we'll have somebody test
You
your
should.
hearing and we'll go see what you think, and let's get back on the air.
perfect. That would be great. Thank you.
Fantastic.
I should. What, Andrew? What?
No, yeah, exactly. Thank
All
you,
right,
Keith.
there you go. You guys are the Terrifics. You make BeTerrific special. Keep hitting us up on social media at BeTerrific TV. Don't forget to join the Slack chat. Send us an email, connect@beterrific.com. Your name, your email address will get you an invitation to the Slack chat. You can continue the conversation in real time, 24 hours a day with you, us, and the rest of the Terrifics. And of course, when we're on air, we'll sneak your questions, comments on air as well. When we come back, we'll have a whole lot more for you right here at CES 2016 from the Las Vegas Convention Center and the Sands Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada, only on BeTerrific. Stay with us.